going on, everybody? I'm gonna give it a couple minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Just let everyone get on. If you haven't already, make sure you share this with your teams. Just gonna be kind of talking about um, duplication, and how you could get your business to the bigger numbers. If you have a couple people in your group right now, how to take that to 10 to 15 to 20 to 100, 1,000, because it's the same principles that'll get you the 10, 15, 20 that it takes to really get you to those larger numbers in your organization. So just going to give it a couple more minutes, and then we will go ahead and start going through some of this information. Make sure if you don't already have it, grab pen and paper so you could take down some notes. Going to be given some good information. One minute, and we'll get started. All right. We will go ahead and get going. So today it's just going to be me sharing some insights, some tips to build your Jeunesse business, and heading into the busy holiday season. Understanding how things go during this time of the year. So we're in December right now. I'm really excited because if you set up your December really well, your beginning of the next year could be just absolutely massive. See, this is what a lot of people do, is they take mentally off December 10th through, most people, even Thanksgiving in the US, they take off Thanksgiving all the way until January. So what I think is important is to really just start, obviously spending the time on the days with your family, and, enjoying the holidays with your family and your friends and everything, but really be mentally focused in on what you could do to have a successful 2016. I'm going to be doing a goal setting, really like a strategy session at the beginning of January, talking about, maybe even the end of December, the last couple of days of December, on really what it takes to set an effective goal and to not become like everybody else in the week one. You're really cranking towards your goal, and you're excited about it. Week two, life starts hitting you. Your regular work hits you, your family stuff happens, and it just slows you down. So I'm going to be talking about that later, but it's important to stay focused and stay tuned in, so you could have a successful launch into the beginning of the new year in all areas of your life, and to really make sure you hit your goals that you have set out for yourself. So basically, one of the things that I wanted to talk about leading into this whole topic of duplication and getting more people into your business, this is a little bit more advanced of a leadership call today. So just understanding that these calls are eventually only going to be for the Jade and above, for the European groups. Right now, obviously the teams are still newer. As months go by, if you want to continue to tune into these leadership calls, got to work towards that goal of getting to Jade. If you don't know what Jade, what you have to do to get it, 8 personally enrolled that have enrolled 2 people, 8 executives, or 12 personally enrolled, to reach that there. So basically, sorry, I'm just checking my notes here. So going into how to not run out of contacts. What do you need to do to make sure that you never go through the phase that people freak out in and say, I don't have anybody else to talk to? So this is a very important topic. So on average, the average person has a network of about 2,000 people they could reach out to. 7 people that they could call, and they'll pretty much be able to answer, get in contact with them right away. Average person, 2,000 in their, influence, and 7 in their closer inner circle. So whenever you get somebody started, or if you're brand new, and I want to encourage you, whoever enrolled you into the business or whoever your respective, dedicated upline is to get in contact with, is every time somebody new gets started, you have to launch their business right away. So for all of you on here, if this wasn't done for you, let's take a step back and make sure it happens. So whenever you get somebody new started, you want to help them immediately make phone calls. The goal is 5, where your upline is going to do all the hard lifting, the heavy lifting for you, where you could be the newest person. Say like my roommate Austin, say if he gets started, today, what am I going to do? What do we need to do? This is what you need to make sure happens whenever you enroll people. Is this: have them call 5 people right away. Have them make a call, and basically just teach them how to really quick make an invite, and then to get them on the phone with somebody upline that's sitting there with you. So say I'm sitting there with Austin and he just got started. What we're going to do is I'm going to teach him really quick some tips on inviting, maybe show him a quick video on inviting, and then we're going to make calls like immediately right then. So I'll have him start calling that group of the 7, like the warmest network and the people he has most influence over. So he'll call his first person, and then basically he's just going to tell them, just for lack of time, not going to go through all the things he's going to talk about, but the simple, quick story of, he just got started, he's excited, and saying, hey, I just teamed up with so-and-so, edifying your upline. So you're edifying, they're going to edify their designated upline. So I just got started, and I actually just teamed up with this guy named Fion. He's been extremely successful in the industry that I'm launching this business with, and I wanted to, get you introduced to him and kind of just tell you a little bit about what we're doing and get your opinion. Something simple like that, and where I can get on the phone then, share my story, see where they're at in life, share the concept, how network marketing works, and basically break down everything and we do that 5 times. Because think about this as the newest person. Making those calls initially is scary, but you have somebody that has the success, that has the experience there with you, that they're going to back you up. They're going to treat your friends and your family with respect that you call. They're going to be able to answer the questions that you don't know how to answer. And they're going to help you create success literally within your first hour in the business by helping you set up exposures and helping you get into your circle of influence. And so how does this go within, never running out of contacts? Is if you do this the right way, you being, everyone on here I consider a leader. So you as a leader wanting to develop and help your team, you're able to create more contacts for yourself. So for example, say that, I'm just going to use my roommate Austin for an example again. Say Austin gets started and we make those calls, those 5 phone calls. And then what happens is there's 2 really sharp people that I've noticed from when I did calls with those people. And I'm like, okay, these are people that I want to be in contact with myself. So what I do actively is, knowing that I want my list to always be growing, not dying, is I get their phone number, I get their name, I jot a quick note in my phone, under their name of, so-and-so, did the call with, Austin with them, they're in college at ASU and they're a business major, and they're really excited about, being really successful. Great. So I put that down on my phone. Say that person said no. That person's like, right now is not the time. It's finals. It's just not for me right now, because it's finals week, finals weeks right now here in the States and in Arizona. So they say it's finals week, and so he doesn't want anything to do with it. So then this is what happens. I keep him and on my list and in my phone. And then what happens, say Austin, for example, he decides, he's like, Cody, just right now the business is, not my main priority, or, I have too many other things going on, or I just can't, dedicate the time to this. So he doesn't want to build anymore. Say he's like, I'll just be a customer, I'll support you, but this just isn't for me. That's fine. You have people come into your business, leave your business. People always join. People always, there's always going to be people that leave your business. So this is what's cool about that, though, is he's not in the business anymore. Finals week's over. 2 weeks later, I follow up with so-and-so from ASU that was excited about it, but just doesn't have the time right now because of finals week. I get in contact with him again. And he's like, you know what? Brand new year. I'm ready to get something started new. I'm excited. Yeah, let's do it. And so we're able to partner up. And I'm able to, that was a contact I didn't know anything about them. I didn't know them at all. And I was able to get that contact from somebody else. You only do that, obviously, if, he's out of the business, I'm going to enroll at that point. But the idea behind this is you don't ever want to run out of people to talk to. So get people's contact information. My phone book literally has thousands of people in it. Like when I started in network marketing, I probably had like 250 contacts in it. I have like 3,900 contacts in my phone book from being involved with network marketing for so long, because you're going to actively realize when you're meeting people to get people's contact information, because if you never know what's going to happen with them, whether they get in, they don't get in, or maybe later down the road, the person who originally invited them isn't around anymore, and you can get them in. So it's kind of a way to, always make sure you never run out of people in your contact list. You have all the people that you know from your Facebook, your phone book, the networks that you know that you could reach out to, but it's just another thing to add to really your arsenal of, okay, I don't have to worry about running out of people. I've never had to cold prospect for the business. And the reason is I just make sure that I don't run out of people to talk to, because I'm actively always adding people to my contact list. If you're not actively working the business, obviously, you're not going to be adding more people to your contact list. So jumping on from this, the reason why we do this whenever somebody's getting started, you want to do this, is when people are most excited, that's when they're most excited to take action. It's just like when you see a good movie, like say like Fast and the Furious, or like a movie about like racing cars. Every time when I saw Fast and the Furious, like I was just fired up. I just wanted to go race a car. I was just like, I want to go fast somewhere. I don't like, just because you were inspired, you were excited about the movie, whatever the movie topic was, you're excited about that concept. You go to church and you leave church, you're filled with joy. You're excited about church. So it's like the things that somebody's excited about right now, have them take action right now. When you're excited, take action, because it's going to be easier for them. So somebody gets started, why not have them make their calls? They're excited. They just got started. They want to hit their goals. They want to get going with it. Obviously, if it's 2 a.m, we're not going to be calling people, but set it up for the next immediate time that the calls can be made. But whenever you're doing something when you're excited, it's a lot easier, and it takes the fear factor away. So it's really, really important that, you do this at that time, because what can happen is, day one, they get started. You didn't do the 5 calls. You're like, oh yeah, just check out some videos, and, we'll do a call for you in like 5 or 6 days. Like, their excitement level goes from here to just slowly down. And especially if they have negative family or friends, they tell their family member about it, and they're like, oh, that's stupid, that's not gonna work, or oh yeah, right, good luck with that. If you allow them to go into that environment, it could remove potential contacts from coming into your business. So it's more important to take action immediately, right when people are getting started, to be able to build depth through your business whenever you're getting people started. So quick recap, whenever you get somebody into your business, if you're the newest person, obviously you're not going to be the one making the calls for them, but you can contact Fiona, you can contact Tony, you can contact Jamie Cheerio, Luke Hessler, myself. You can contact us, and we'll help you drive through your newest people that you get into your business. So there isn't this, unknown of how do I, get my team growing. It's when you enroll somebody, this is what happens, and you help them, by getting it set up and helping them, get these calls done immediately. Let's see. And synergy really comes a lot from this too. You get somebody started and they get a couple people started immediately after. That's creating synergy. Those three people now, the one person plus the two that they got started, those three are now excited because they're all working together. They're like in the same circle of influence, that same friend group. So you could really start digging deep into that network and that friend group of people. So I'll give you guys just, I'm going to end on a quick story. I've told this a couple times. Some of you guys may know this, but this is when I was building my previous company, how I really got things kicked off, and just one of the experiences with taprooting and what it did for my business. So what happened is I enrolled this guy. His name was Shivam. Okay. He had went to the same high school with me, and he was excited about the business. And, I didn't even know what I was doing when I first started. So I actually started doing this on accident. I learned how to taproot by accident. But what happened was, we sat down after he'd been involved for about a month. I didn't know what I was doing, so I didn't even know that this is what I was supposed to do. But what happened is we sat down, we went through, his contact list. I helped him start, calling and start messaging and getting in contact with people. And what happened is we got to this guy named Chris. So Chris is excited. We get him to an event. He gets started. He's just filled with enthusiasm. And so what did I do with Chris? Then I sat down with Chris and I said, all right, let's contact your network. Let's see who we can talk to. Who are your top influencers? Who are your most sharp people that you know? Boom. Then what did we do? We got, obviously there's lots of other people in between this, but shortening the gap in the story, we call this guy named Chase. Chase is excited. He told us, he's like, I've had like multiple jobs and I keep losing my jobs. It's just not working out. I need something different. And he was excited. He wanted to see what network marketing could do for him, what the power of network marketing can do. So then what happened is we get Chase to a meeting. Chris doesn't even go. Chris ends up leaving the business, but I met Chase at the meeting. So I met Chase at the meeting. He was just ecstatic. So I didn't even know this guy, but he was excited. And so what happens is he gets started that night, and over the next 30 days, he adds over 150 people into my business, essentially by accident, because I sat down with Shivam. We went through his contacts that led to Chris. I helped him sort through his contacts, and then he left the business, and I got Chase. And he just blew up my business. So this is what happens when you start building through the people that you know. You're not always going to be the person, like you can't sit there and be like, I just this one guy, if I just get this one guy, myself in the business, they're just going to blow it up. And most of the time, it's not going to be you enrolling the guy or the girl. Most of the time, it's going to be you enrolling the guy or the girl that enrolls someone that enrolls someone that enrolls someone that enrolls someone that enrolls the stud that just blows up your business. That's most of the time how it actually will end up happening. So understanding, you'll never run out of contacts if you make it a point to stay in contact with people. Average person knows 2,000 people. Help reach into the networks of people that they know. If you haven't reached into a lot of your network yet, this is something that you need to do. If you want results with your business, if you're serious about your commitment to having success in this, you need to you can contact me. I'll help you do this. I'll help you make the calls. Contact, Fionn or Tony or whoever your respective upline is, and we'll help you make those calls so that you could have success, building through your business and building a large organization of people. So, with that, I will be doing a goal setting call before the new year to make sure that your goals actually do come true in 2016 and you don't roll into another year, just nothing new happening. So with that, appreciate you guys, hopping on here, happy holidays. And we'll see if we have a call next week, or if we might take it off for for everybody to spend time with their family. But happy holidays. Talk to all of you soon, and have a wonderful rest of the day.